In 1984, a conference room at Nike headquarters in Portland, Oregon. The basketball division is in crisis. They're bleeding money, losing market share, becoming irrelevant. In basketball, Nike is an afterthought. Adidas owns the sport. Converse has the legacy. Nike, they make running shoes. One executive stands up with a proposal. His name is Sonny Vaccaro. And what he's about to suggest sounds absolutely insane. Take our entire annual basketball budget, all of it, and spend it on one player, not spread across multiple athletes, not diversified, all in, on one rookie who hasn't played a single NBA game. The proposal, $500,000 per year for 5 years, plus royalties, plus his own signature shoe line. For a rookie, this is unprecedented, insane, reckless. And Nike can't afford to be wrong. They're already struggling, losing ground to competitors. This gamble could end them. The rookie, Michael Jordan, talented, yes, NCAA champion, 3rd pick in the draft, but not even the consensus best player in his draft class, not a guaranteed superstar. 2 players were picked before him. 2 teams thought others were better. Phil Knight, Nike's CEO, stares at the proposal. This is everything. All the chips on the table. If it works, Nike survives, maybe thrives. If it fails, Nike's basketball division is done. Maybe the whole company. The room is silent. The stakes couldn't be higher. They decide, all in on Michael Jordan. That gamble, it became a $5 billion annual revenue stream, changed sports marketing forever, created sneaker culture as we know it. But in 1984, it's just a signature on paper and a prayer that they're right. This is the story of the greatest marketing bit in history, and it almost didn't happen. To understand why this gamble was so risky, you need to understand where Nike was in 1984. Nike started in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports, founded by Phil Knight and his track coach Bill Bowerman. They became Nike in 1971, and they absolutely dominated one market, running. Through the 70s and early 80s, Nike owned running. Runners were Nikes. Joggers were Nikes. The fitness boom was Nike's boom. But basketball, Nike barely existed. In 1984, the basketball shoe market, Converse, 35% market share Adidas, 30% market share Nike, 17% market share, and dropping Adidas on the professional game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore Adidas. The brand had prestige, heritage in basketball. Converse had the legacy. Chuck Taylors were iconic. And in 1984, they had the 2 biggest stars in the NBA, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Nike's basketball shoes? Forgettable. Generic. Nobody cared. The basketball division was losing money, practically non-existent. Some at Nike thought they should just give up on basketball entirely. But there was a shift happening. Basketball was becoming bigger. The NBA was growing. More TV coverage. The Bird-Magic rivalry was captivating audiences. Basketball was becoming culturally relevant in new ways. Nike's leadership saw it. Miss basketball, miss the future, but they couldn't compete conventionally. Adidas had the distribution. Converse had the relationships. Nike couldn't outspend them across the board. They needed something different, something bold. June 1984, the NBA draft, and it's loaded. 1st pick, Hakeem Olajuwon, Houston Rockets. 2nd pick, Sam Bowie, Portland Trail Blazers. 3rd pick, Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. Jordan wasn't even the consensus best player. Portland picked Sam Bowie over him. Many scouts thought Olajuwon was the safest bet. The conventional strategy, spread the budget. Sign Olajuwon for $200,000. Sign Bowie for $150,000. Sign Jordan for $150,000. Sign Sam Perkins for $100,000. Cover your bets. But one man at Nike had a different vision. Sonny Vaccaro, Nike's basketball scout. He didn't work in the boardroom. He worked in gyms. Vaccaro built his career in grassroots basketball, high school all-star games, college connections. He knew basketball culture from the ground up. And he'd been watching Michael Jordan at North Carolina. Not just watching his stats, watching everything. The way he moved, the way people responded to him, the charisma. Vaccaro saw something, not just talent, not just potential, that intangible it factor. His pitch, forget everyone else. Forget spreading the budget. Jordan is different. The response, he's the 3rd pick. 2 teams passed on him. What if he's not that good? What if he gets injured? What if he's just another player? Vaccaro fought. This kid isn't just another player. He's going to change the game, but only if we go all in. Half measures won't work. Phil Knight was skeptical, but he was also desperate. Lose basketball, lose relevance. The company needed something dramatic. The proposal, $500,000 per year for 5 years. Plus royalties on shoe sales, plus his own signature line. Typical rookie deals at the time, $100,000 total over several years. Nike was offering $2.5 million guaranteed plus royalties. For a rookie, Knight understood the risk, but he also understood the opportunity. Do it. All in on Jordan, the decision was made. Now they just needed one thing. Michael Jordan needed to say yes, and that was going to be a problem. The partnership that will change everything begins. But Nike included safety clauses, performance incentives. Jordan has to hit certain milestones. Rookie of the Year consideration, all-star selection, certain sales numbers. If he doesn't perform, Nike can walk away from the deal after 3 years. The pressure is on both sides. The Air Jordan 1 goes into production. Red and black, bold design. Then someone at Nike reads the NBA uniform policy. NBA rules state shoes must be at least 51% white or match team uniform colors. The Air Jordan 1, red and black, doesn't comply. The NBA sends a letter. These shoes violate uniform policy. If Jordan wears them, he'll be fined $5,000 per game. Most companies would panic, change the design, comply with the rules. Nike's marketing team sees something else, opportunity. They create a campaign, banned by the NBA, the messaging, the NBA doesn't want you to wear these shoes. They're too good, too different, too revolutionary. And Nike announces, we'll pay Jordan's fines. Every game, $5,000 per game. It's marketing gold. Makes the shoes rebellious, anti-establishment, cool. Kids see it. These shoes are so good they're banned. I need them. October 1984. Jordan's NBA debut is approaching. The shoes are ready. The marketing is ready. Jordan is ready. Nike's entire basketball future, maybe their entire future, is on the line. Now they just need to see if the gamble pays off. October 26, 1984. Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan's first NBA game. He laces up the Air Jordan 1 second. Red and black. Bold against the white NBA court. Every time he moves, the cameras catch the shoes. They stand out, impossible to miss. And Jordan, he's immediately electric. Not just good, spectacular. Highlight reel dunks, acrobatic layups. That tongue hanging out. The NBA follows through on the fines. $5,000 per game for wearing the Air Jordan 1 second. Nike pays them and advertises it. The famous commercial on October 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. It's genius. Position the shoes as anti-establishment, rebellious, cool. Kids saw it. If the NBA banned them, they must be special. Jordan's rookie season, immediate impact. 28.2 points per game. Rookie of the Year, all-star selection. But it wasn't just the numbers. It was how he played, the hang time, the tongue hanging out, the style, the confidence. Jordan wasn't just good at basketball. He was exciting, must watch. Appointment television. People tuned in to watch Jordan, not the Bulls. Jordan specifically. He transcended sport immediately. Style icon, cultural figure, not just an athlete. Urban culture embraced him. Hip-hop artists referenced him. He wasn't just sports page, he was everywhere. April 1st, 1985. The Air Jordan 1 releases to the public. Price, $65. Expensive for basketball shoes at the time. Most shoes were $30, $40. Nike's internal projection, maybe $3 million in sales the first year. Hopeful estimate, actual first-year sales, $126 million, 40 to times their projection. They couldn't keep them in stock, sold out everywhere. Kids lining up outside stores, waiting for restocks, creating wish lists. The shortage made them more desirable. Can't get them? Want them more? This was the moment. Sneakers stopped being just athletic equipment. They became fashion, status symbols, identity markers. What sneakers you wore said something about who you were, your taste, your awareness, your coolness. There was a dark side. kids getting robbed for their Jordans, violence over shoes. It was tragic, but it also showed the intensity of desire Nike had created. Basketball was changing. Adidas and Converse had owned it for decades. Traditional, conservative, white socks, simple shoes. Jordan and Nike brought something new, bold, stylish, cultural. Urban culture embraced basketball in a new way. Hip-hop connected to hoops. Style mattered. And the feedback loop was perfect. Jordan E's success drives shoe sales funds, bigger marketing campaigns, makes Jordan more famous, more success, more sales. Year 2, Air Jordan 2, released 1986. Different design, more expensive. Italian leather, $100. Still sold. The brand was established. Year 3, Air Jordan 3, 1988. Designed by Tinker Hatfield. Visible air cushioning, elephant print pattern. Iconic design that's still revered today. And Jordan's evolution, good rookie to MVP caliber player to legend in the making. Nike's basketball division completely transformed from irrelevant to dominant. The Jordan line alone was generating hundreds of millions. That money funded Nike's entire basketball strategy, signing other players, developing new models, expanding distribution. The gamble paid off. Sonny Vaccaro was right. Jordan was different. Phil Knight's willingness to bet everything was vindicated. By 1988, just 4 years after the deal, the Jordan brand was a phenomenon, and they were just getting started. Air Jordans became more than shoes. They became cultural currency. The sneakerhead culture we know today, Jordan brand essentially created it. Before, sneakers were functional. You wore them for sports. When they wore out, you bought new ones. That was it. After, sneakers became collectibles, investments, fashion statements, identity markers. People bought multiple pairs, kept them in boxes, never wore them, collected them. And Nike perfected the release strategy, limited quantities, artificial scarcity. Each new Jordan release became an event. Lines around the block, people camping overnight, lottery systems to get a chance to buy. Sound familiar? This is where luxury brands learn their scarcity tactics. Jordan did it first in sneakers. The resale market, rare Jordans selling for multiples of retail. Original Air Jordan 1 second from 1985, depending on condition, worth $5,000 to $25,000 today. Entire platforms built around sneaker resale. Stocks, GOAT, Flight Club, sneakers as legitimate investments. Some appreciate faster than stocks. The collaborations, Jordan brand partnering with designers, artists, luxury brands. Off-White Jordans, Dior Jordans, Travis Scott Jordans, basketball shoes crossing into high fashion, worn on runways, sold in luxury boutiques. 1991 to 1993, Jordan's absolute peak. 3 consecutive NBA championships, multiple MVPs, the shrug, the flu game later, iconic moment after iconic moment. Not just the best basketball player global icon. The Gatorade Be Like Mike campaign. Everyone knew it. Everyone sang it. 1996. Jordan with Bugs Bunny. Highest grossing basketball movie ever. Jordan and Nike became inseparable in public consciousness. You couldn't think of one without the other. The swoosh and the Jumpman logo, instant global recognition. The global expansion, Jordan made basketball global. Kids in China wearing Jordans. Europe, Africa, South America. The NBA expanded internationally largely on Jordan's appeal. He was the face that opened markets. Nike's strategy, make basketball a global sport through one transcendent player. It worked beyond their wildest projections. October 1993, Jordan retires. His father was murdered. He's stepping away. Everyone wondered, what happens to Jordan brand without Jordan playing? Sales kept growing. The brand had become self-sustaining. March 1995, Jordan returns. I'm back. The hype was unprecedented. Cultural event, the return. He wore number 45 briefly, then back to 23. 3 more championships. 1996, 1997, 1998. Jordan brand growing even bigger. Retires again in 1999. Returns again in 2001 with Washington Wizards. Each retirement and return created massive marketing moments. Nike capitalized on all of them. Final retirement, 2003. Age 40. Career complete. By then, Jordan brand was its own division within Nike, and it kept growing without him playing. Retro releases, releasing classic Air Jordans from the 80s and 90s seconds, each one selling out, creating new generations of fans. New Jordan designs for athletes who never saw him play. The brand outlived the player's career, became self-sustaining, immortal. By the 2000s, Jordan brand generating over $1 billion annually. By the 2020s, exceeding $5 billion annually. Michael Jordan personally became the first athlete billionaire, largely from endorsements. His Nike deal with royalties made him wealthier than his entire playing career earnings. The influence on all athlete marketing. Before Jordan, athletes endorsed products. They were spokespeople. After Jordan, athletes are brands. They build empires. LeBron's Nike deal, Kobe's posthumous brand. Every star since tries to replicate Jordan's model. None have matched it. Nike's transformation. Jordan saved Nike basketball from struggling, irrelevant brand to dominating the basketball market. Jordan revenue funded Nike's expansion into basketball overall, created the template Nike uses for all athlete partnerships today, but none as culturally impactful as Jordan. Let's go back to 1984, the decision to bet everything on Michael Jordan. It worked spectacularly, but let's talk about everything that could have gone wrong. Jordan could have torn his ACL in training camp, shattered his leg in his first game, career over before it started. This almost happened. 1985, Jordan's second season, broke his foot, out for most of the season. Nike panicked. $2.5 million guaranteed contract. Millions more in marketing spend. What if he never comes back the same? If it had been career-ending, Nike loses the entire investment, plus all the marketing they'd already spent. The company was already struggling when they made the bet. A total loss could have ended Nike basketball, maybe ended Nike. Jordan could have been a solid player, 15 points per game, fine career, nothing special. The contract included performance benchmarks. Nike could have walked away after 3 years if he didn't meet them, but they'd already spent millions on marketing before seeing him play. Being just good wouldn't justify the investment, wouldn't move shoes, wouldn't create culture. Young athlete, sudden fame, money, temptations everywhere. One scandal, legal trouble, personal misconduct, anything could destroy the entire brand partnership. Nike was betting on Jordan the person as much as the player. His character, his image, his marketability. No guarantee with any 21-year-old. The signature shoe concept for rookies was unprecedented. What if it didn't work? The price point, $65, was expensive. What if people wouldn't pay it? The designs were bold, different from anything else. What if people thought they were ugly? Adidas had more resources. Converse had Magic and Bird. They could have signed multiple stars to counter Jordan, outspent Nike in marketing, flooded the market. They didn't. They underestimated Jordan and Nike, but they could have. The NBA could have gotten serious about uniform violations, could have suspended Jordan, forced compliance, would have killed the band marketing strategy that proved so effective. The counterfactuals, what if any of these went wrong? Scenario, Nike probably doesn't survive as a basketball brand. The all-in bet fails. They exit basketball. Adidas or Converse maintains basketball dominance through the 90s and beyond. Jordan might not become the global icon he became. The shoes were part of his brand. Without Nike's massive marketing machine, does he have the same cultural impact? Entire sneaker culture might not exist as we know it. No collecting, no limited releases, no hype, no resale market. Athlete branding evolves completely differently. No template for signature lines. No athlete as brand model. Why it worked? Not just Jordan's talent, timing, NBA growing in popularity at exact right moment, media environment, ESPN, highlight culture, Jordan's style perfect for TV, Jordan's personality, competitive, charismatic, hungry, fit the moment perfectly. Design team, Peter Moore, Tinker Hatfield later. They nailed the aesthetic. Marketing team, bold choices. Band campaign, being different instead of safe. Everything had to align. Talent plus timing plus design plus marketing plus luck. One element missing, the whole thing might have failed, but they all align perfectly. Return to that boardroom in 1984. Phil Knight looking at the proposal to bet everything on Michael Jordan. At the time, it seemed insane, reckless, potentially company ending. In retrospect, the greatest marketing decision in business history. The returns, $500,000 per year investment became $5 plus billion in annual revenue. Return on investment, beyond calculation, literally changed the industry. What Nike understood that others didn't, they were betting on individuals, not just products, on personality, not just performance. They weren't selling shoes. They were selling Jordan, selling aspiration, selling culture. The brand-athlete integration. Jordan is Nike basketball. You can't separate them in public consciousness. The Jumpman logo is as recognizable as the swoosh. The cultural impact changed sports, fashion, marketing, business, created the sneaker culture that dominates today. Every limited release, every hype drop, every collaboration traces back to the Air Jordan 1 in 1985. The lessons for business. Lesson 1. Bold bets can work if the thesis is right, but you have to commit fully. Lesson 2. All in on quality is better than spreading resources thin. Nike could have signed 5 players. They signed 1 and went all in. Lesson 3. Personality and story matter as much as product. Nike didn't just market shoes. They marketed Jordan's story. Lesson 4. Create culture, not just commerce. Jordan brand became cultural, not just commercial. Lesson 5. Patience and long-term thinking. The Jordan deal was 5 years. Not looking for immediate returns. Building something lasting. Modern parallels, every company trying to find their Jordan. LeBron with Nike, Steph Curry with Under Armour, Johnny's with Nike. Every athlete partnership is judged against the Jordan standard. Nobody's replicated the impact. Not even close. LeBron comes closest. His Nike deal is massive, but he's not Jordan-level cultural phenomenon. The irony, Michael Jordan didn't want Nike. His mother convinced him to take the meeting. Just hear them out, Michael. One meeting, one decision, changed everything. For Jordan, made him a billionaire. His Nike royalties exceeded his entire NBA salary over his career. NBA career earnings, $90 million. Nike earnings over time, over $1.7 billion for Nike, saved the company. Created an empire. From struggling basketball brand to dominating the market, the Jordan revenue funded Nike's expansion into everything. For culture, changed how we think about sports, fashion, branding, athletes as brands, not just endorsers, sneakers as culture, not just shoes, sports and fashion intersecting in ways that didn't exist before. The final thought, sometimes the biggest gambles create the biggest wins. But only if you're willing to bet everything when you see something special. Sonny Vaccaro saw it in Jordan. That intangible it factor. Phil Knight was willing to risk everything on that vision. Jordan, pushed by his mother, was willing to take a chance on Nike. All the pieces aligned. Talent, vision, boldness, timing, design, marketing, luck. The result, legendary. The Air Jordan 1, released April 1985, banned by the NBA, embraced by culture, from a $65 shoe to a multi-billion-dollar empire, from a desperate gamble to the greatest marketing success in history. That's the Air Jordan story, how Nike gambled everything, and won bigger than anyone could have imagined.